Jimmy Butler lives a very exciting life, and because of it, it can cause some speculation, and last night was no different as he found himself courtside at a Los Angeles Sparks game, and now the rumors are flying. We'll break down all the moving parts as well as a few other pieces of news surrounding the Miami Heat organization, all on this episode of Heat Digest. But first, remember to subscribe to the channel, as 82.5% of you guys currently watching this video are not currently subscribed to the channel. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys so very much. But now let's get to it and break down where Jimmy Butler will play next season. Now, I firmly believe Jimmy is not going to be traded from the Miami Heat, nor is he trying to force his way out of the Miami Heat organization. I do not believe that's what's going on. But again, there's a lot going on here. So the first things first, he posted this picture of himself on his Instagram story yesterday. Or excuse me, 2 days ago, and he was on a private jet moving from Van Noya to San Jose. Obviously, those are two places in California, and they're only about 5 hours apart from in a car. So again, Jimmy Butler has the money, he has the dollar bills, the luxury of being able to afford and use a private jet in order to move like this. So he did, and he made the picture public, and let's just say the rumors started here. And Warriors World on Twitter posted this with the eyeball emojis looking around saying trade confirmed, as the Golden State Warrior fan base may be under the impression that they have any chance of landing Jimmy Butler in their Golden State Warrior blue next season. Now, do I believe that to be the case? Absolutely not. This is the first I'm actually even hearing about this type of even trade speculation, with the Warriors being involved with the Jimmy Butler speculation, I should really say. But again, Warriors World again posted this on Twitter, making this really a much bigger deal, as it just seems like Jimmy's a happy man on a private jet, living a luxury life, moving from one place to another in California. Now, the reason he was on this jet moving the way he was due to the fact that he was going to the Los Angeles Sparks game where they were playing against the Dallas Wings. Now, he was sitting courtside for this game, where he was asked, "How are you doing, Jimmy? How is life? How's the summer going for Jimmy Butler?" And his answer, I had to listen to it at least 3 times, because at first I thought it was it. I was like, maybe I thought I turned over. I thought Jimmy Butler was trying to force his way out of out of Miami and try to get his way to LA. I thought he was trying to just like not force his way, but really just push more of the buttons, just try to make it feel like it's more in motion than anything. And again, after watching it a few times, I do not believe that is the case. This was the biggest quote from Jimmy Butler, at least the one getting the most publicity, if you will, from Nikki K on Twitter, saying, and I quote, "For some reason, 22 looks good in purple and gold," end of quote. Jimmy Butler courtside in Los Angeles, sitting for the Sparks game. Now, the reason Jimmy Butler said this was due to the fact that a young woman named Cameron Brink, the new star in Los Angeles, at least for the Sparks, was drafted 2nd overall in this year's past WNBA draft, one behind Caitlin Clark. Obviously, everyone has heard of at least Caitlin Clark's name. Cameron Brink is a hell of a player. She's out of Stanford. She's 6'5". She's a great basketball player. And last night, I believe she had her best game of her career. Again, we're only a few games into this season, so it's very early. Yes, I understand. But she did an interview with Overtime Maddie. Now, Overtime Maddie, if you look at there's 2 pictures here. If you look at the picture on the right of Cameron Brink and the other blonde woman, that is Overtime Maddie. Overtime Maddie creates media. She creates content, I should say, and she interviewed Cameron Brink, I believe about a month ago, 3 weeks to a month ago, in a TikTok format type of interview. In the process, she asked Cameron Brink a style question where she names 2 players, and then Cameron Brink chooses her favorite out of those 2. It got to the point where Overtime Maddie mentioned Jimmy Butler's name, and the game was basically over, as Cameron Brink really just showed that Jimmy Butler was, or at least out of the pool of players she was asked about, her favorite player, including Victor Wembanyama, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, big name players around the NBA that could arguably be the face of the NBA. And again, Cameron Brink was really hell-bent on Jimmy Butler being the answer every single time. And again, Overtime Maddie posted this morning after she realized all that was going on between Cameron Brink and Jimmy Butler last night at the Sparks game. She's going on to say, "When I interviewed Cameron Brink, she told me Jimmy Butler was one of her favorite players, and now Jimmy's wearing her jersey." And then she posted the emoji at the end with the tearing up emoji. Again, that is from Overtime Maddie. And if you did not see the viral pictures going on from the Los Angeles Sparks game last night between Brink and Butler, it was due to the fact that Brink was walking off the floor. Jimmy Butler was kind of sitting right there courtside waiting for her at the end of the game. Again, the Sparks had just beat the Dallas Wings 81-72. And again, Brink had a very good game. Jimmy sitting there in an all-yellow outfit with the purple jersey on top. Obviously, the number 22 for Cameron Brink, who was walking off in the all-yellow Los Angeles Sparks jerseys. They had a moment there. They saw each other. They were both so extremely excited to see one another. They had a big hug. They had a conversation that has always been muted in all the videos that I can find from any angle. Every single one of them is muted, so we don't have any of the actual dialogue between the two players. But again, they shared a moment. Jimmy, right before this picture was taken, before he was caught in this pose, had a flail of movements where he just showed he looked like a little kid in a candy shop. He was so excited. He really, really was. But again, they shared a moment. Again, that was one of the scenes before this final picture, this final pose. Again, that is from P Money Walker on Twitter. She did take this photo yesterday at the Los Angeles Sparks game that is going so super viral. But again, a win for the Sparks, a win for Jimmy Butler, a win for Cameron Brink. Overall, a fun moment for both Jimmy Butler and Cameron Brink, it seems like, and everyone involved. Now, do I think this is Jimmy Butler applying the pressure to Pat Riley and the Miami Heat in order to get the contract he really deems that he seems acceptable, that he really, really wants from this Miami Heat team going forward? Obviously, he has the last year coming up on his contract, so whether he gets it or not, he's going to be playing for Miami, obviously, unless he takes like the James Harden approach, where he just says he's not going to play for him until he's moved, and I don't believe that's going to happen. I do not see Jimmy Butler to be that type of person. I don't think the relationship between the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler is relatively even close to that point, and I don't think we're ever going to get close to that. But again, could that be the case? Absolutely. Anything is possible. But again, I'm pretty firm on the idea that Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat are happy. Whether or not he'll get that extension is to be determined. I don't believe he'll get it this year. I think Pat will sit him down and tell him, give me this year. If you play well, if you play 65 to 70 games this upcoming year and you don't have a significant injury and we can get to the playoffs and if you are Jimmy Butler that we all know and love, I will pay you. I will give you the money you're looking for, and you'll get it, and you can retire as a Miami Heat player, and you'll go down as a good NBA player, or a great NBA player, and a great Miami Heat player. But again, all of it started about, I want to say this was 2 days ago, like not yesterday morning, but the 6th evening, June 6th evening, where he was caught in this private jet. Not really caught, he made it public. But again, let me know down in the comments. The speculation of him going to the Warriors, that was news to me at least. What do you guys think about it? Could you possibly see Jimmy Butler in a Golden State Warriors jersey, or even for that matter, a Los Angeles Lakers jersey? I was looking at both of the rosters earlier, and it would be so very tough for any of those teams to make, or either of these three teams to make a trade with the players involved. I just don't think it would ever work. I don't think the Miami Heat would ever really go for it. The Los Angeles Lakers couldn't offer a package good enough for Jimmy Butler that wouldn't be considered just an absolute robbery of the Lakers. Again, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I believe Jimmy Butler is a Miami Heat player next season, and I believe next offseason he might even get paid like he's hoping to get paid this offseason. But again, that'll be it for this episode of Heat Digest. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.